Hello everyone, my name is Joseph. I want to do a quick video for y'all in case you were wondering about Amazon Flex. I delivered so far over 3,000 packages for Amazon through their gig service called Amazon Flex. If you don't know what Amazon Flex is, it is an app on your phone that you can download and you can sign up to deliver packages using your own vehicle for Amazon. So basically, you sign up via the app, put in all your information. Basically, like if you're doing Uber or DoorDash, you get approved. I heard that there's currently a waiting period or a wait list in a lot of areas, including in my own. I signed up for this way back in, I think it was 2022, somewhere around there. I signed up for it back then, and I don't think as many people were doing it back then. But yeah, so I signed up for it way back then, never did it, and then due to some financial situations of mine, I remembered that I had signed up for Amazon Flex. So I decided to try it out. Oh, hello, kitty. Here's one of my cats, Colby. So yeah, I decided to try it out, and I did my first delivery, my first block. That's what they're called. They're called blocks. So you basically have different offers for different time frames, different amount of hours, and different pay. There's usually like a base pay, and then there'll be like surges. So you'll get paid extra money depending on basically if there are not enough people to cover certain blocks. So that's how that whole situation works. So I did my first one about 3 months ago, I think it was, and really, so I did that about 3 months ago, and oh, okay, all right, Colby, and been doing that ever since. So a couple of things about Amazon Flex. One, the best way to make as much money as you possibly can and get the best offers. Sorry, my camera's a little shaky because of my cat. But the way to maximize your earning potential is to wait as long as possible before you accept a block. Why I'm telling you this and the reason why you should wait is because you're going to get increased earnings. So you will see those increased rates because they're basically trying to get as many packages out as possible. And if they don't have enough people to cover getting all those packages out, they're going to increase the pay in order to get people to come pick them up. Now, I have found somewhat of a trick or I guess technique to not only maximize that situation, but also to figure out how many, and this isn't foolproof by the way, but it works, I would say about 75-80% of the time, to figure out how many packages you're going to deliver and just about how far from the warehouse that you're picking up from it's going to be. So that way you can, again, maximize your earning potential, because obviously you don't want to drive an hour north of where you live, so that way when you're done with your block, you don't have to drive an hour back or whatever. So what I've figured out is the smaller that the amount is, usually, so the base pay here is $54. If you see a block for $54, you can pretty much guarantee that you're going to get over 30 packages. That's number one. Number two, you're going to be within probably a 5 to 10 mile radius of the warehouse. And again, that's not guaranteed. That's just based off of my experiences, what I've seen pretty much consistently every single time. Now, I prefer less packages and a further drive. Because you're still getting paid for your drive. So I'd rather take 14 to 20 packages and drive 30, 40 minutes if it's obviously in the direction of where I live. But I've had some that, are an hour 15 away from where I live, and that's kind of annoying. But I've found out that I can pretty much guarantee, based off of the pay, where I'm going to be heading, about the miles, and about how many packages. So I personally prefer a longer drive with less packages. That's just my preference. Some people prefer more packages and less of a drive away from the warehouse. That, to me, is better for people that plan on doing multiple blocks within, certain times, time frame. So for example, I usually do the 4:45 to 7:45 a.m. route. So I usually, do that 4:45 to 7:45 a.m. Block. I typically only do that one block a day. But if you were to, let's say, be doing multiple blocks back to back, you might want to take a route or a block that's nearby the warehouse. So that way, when you finish up, you can head back to the warehouse, you can accept a new block, and go and deliver another block. So to me, that works out better for people that are doing multiple blocks in that short time frame. That's another way to maximize your earning potential. Let's talk the warehouse itself. The check-in system is decent. You show up, you scan your face when you arrive on your app. It'll pop up. You can scan your face, and it's going to basically accept your identity, that you are who you say you are, basically. And then, depending on the time, you can go and actually check in with your driver's license. You're going to scan the barcode on the back of the driver's license. I do that 4:45 a.m. block. I can check in at 4:30, so 15 minutes before my check-in time. If I'm 15 minutes past 4:45, I'm going to get dinged. I think actually it's like 5 minutes that they only give you. So if you're 5 minutes past that 4:45 check-in time, you're gonna get dinged, and it's gonna go against your standing with Amazon Flex. So there's that. But yeah, so the check-in process is pretty easy and straightforward. However, when I did my first shift, my first block, I had no idea what to do. So I had to ask another Amazon Flex driver in the warehouse. And the reason why is because this is just my personal experience. There's not a lot of English-speaking workers at the warehouse near me that I usually attend to. So I did not know what to do. There's nobody at the stations to guide you and say, hey, this is what you're supposed to be doing. This is how you check in. This is how you do this, blah, blah, blah. So that is a little frustrating. I wish that they would make that change and have somebody maybe at the station just to help guide people whenever there's any issues, or if it's their first time ever doing Amazon Flex. So there's that. The signage is not that great in my local warehouse once you get past the 2900. The signage gets a little confusing once you get past the 2900 section at my warehouse. So how it works is when you scan in, you're gonna get a notification. It's gonna give you a number, and that number is going to be where your cart is stationed at. I have heard at other warehouses that they stack their carts nice and neatly. Mine kind of don't do that. They kind of just toss it into the cart. But you'll look on the ground, there'll be numbers, everything will be numbered. You go and get your cart. If there's a cart that's in the 3,000 plus section, that's where it gets confusing, because on the right side, past where they actually get the packages and put them in the carts, there is numbers. I think it's like 3,000, and I think it's like 3,050 to 3,000, to 3,000, and then on the left wall, it's from like 3,051 up to 4,000, but there's no signage for that one. Like, there's no clear signage for that. That's just at my warehouse. I don't know how others are. I'm just giving you my personal experience. Let's talk customer support. Or not customer support, driver support. Driver support kind of sucks. And the reason why it kind of sucks is because it is really geared towards, and I understand because Amazon is trying to make the customers as happy as possible, but it's really geared as much as possible towards customer experience and not driver experience. So what I mean by that is there's been times where like you'll come to a gated community and the customer has not provided an access code and there's no way to access, that gate to get in. You call support and say, hey, I'm at a gate, there's no way for me to access this. They're going to, no matter what time it is, they're going to call the customer to try to get them to answer, to see if they can get them to open the gate or give a code. One, like I said, I drive 4:45 to 7:45. That is pretty crazy in my opinion. So they'll try to call them to get them to open the gate. If they don't, customer support usually is going to try to. So when you talk to support about it, they're going to ask if there's like a bush or a secure location you can put the package in, because they're pretty much going to tell you it's priority delivery every single time. So they basically want you to deliver that package no matter what, where you can put that package. So they've told me to leave it in bushes before, like outside of the gate. So they want you to basically deliver the package no matter what. That can take a lot of time off when you call support because you have to either deliver the package or mark it unable to deliver. And if you're in front of a gate, you're not able to mark it unable to deliver because you're not within a certain radius of the location, which kind of makes no sense, because there's an option like, unable to deliver due to access code needed. Well, if I don't have the access code and I can't enter it, I can't get close enough to the location to mark it unable to deliver. So it takes a lot of time, unnecessary time with customer support. Sorry, my cat again. With customer support, to get them to either mark that package as undelivered or unable to deliver. So that is what it is with customer support. How this is another way I I optimize my earnings. When I book that 3-hour block, I pretty much am guaranteed that I'm going to finish in 2 hours. Outside of my first couple of times doing this, I have barely, maybe one other time, not finished at least an hour early. It's usually an hour to an hour and 15 minutes early. The way that I do this, there's a lot of people that show up and they will mark each individual package based off of the number. So when you scan the package, you're gonna get like, okay, this is gonna be drop off number 14 out of 30, right? So they'll mark each individual package and then stack their vehicle in a way that they, like, okay, I'm at stop number 14, here's number 14, I'm gonna bring that to the door. That is a good process if you're trying to stay out that entire time. But the problem with that, in my opinion, is it takes too long to sit there and go, okay, this is package number 8, I'm gonna put this here. This is package number 30, I'm gonna put this here, so when I know, where my stops are. I have noticed people there that arrive, or I'll arrive after them. They're packing up their car, scanning the packages and packing up their vehicle. I'll get there 10 minutes early, check in, grab my packages from my cart inside the warehouse, bring it to my car, scan them all, put them all in my car, and leave before a lot of these people are getting done. So that to me is just takes way too long. My process is basically, I like all the small envelopes and packages up in the passenger seat, okay? So when on my phone, when I arrive to the location, it's gonna say envelope, it's gonna say box, it might say plastic bag. A lot of times, I would say it's not accurate. Not a lot of times, sometimes. I would say about 80 to 85% of the time, if it says envelope, it's gonna be an envelope. So I'll put the small packages up front. I'll put the boxes and the big packages in the back if I have enough room. If I don't have enough room, then I might put the boxes in the trunk, put the other big packages or envelopes in the back seat, and then put the small envelopes in the passenger seat. That way I can get from the warehouse to my first delivery as quickly as possible. And then I check before I go to the next house, the next location. I will check to see, okay, this is a box. I know that I don't have any boxes in my passenger seat, so when I get up to the house, I'm not sitting there looking through my passenger seat packages. I'm going straight to my back seat to look through the boxes, so I can get that out of my car as quickly as possible and deliver it as quickly as possible. So those are my thoughts, my experience with Amazon Flex, my tips on how to optimize your earnings. Yeah, 3,000 packages in. I plan on continuing to deliver for a little while longer. Don't know how much longer, but hopefully I'll end up in a nice job soon. And yeah, I appreciate everything that Amazon Flex has done in terms of helping me stay afloat. But those again are my tips, and I hope that this helps you decide if you're going to drive with Amazon Flex or not, and helps you maximize your earning potentials, because at the end of the day, that's what matters. Appreciate y'all for watching. Thanks again. Leave a comment if you have any tips for Amazon Flex and how to maximize your earnings, and I will see you in the next 3,000 packages maybe. Peace.